Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to paint this in wonderful open source software Krita. So let's begin. Starting off, I created new document. I choose an A3 size canvas with resolution of 300 ppi, ensuring that the details would be crisp and clear, perfect for showcasing the intricacies of this old Indian cityscape. For this project, I selected brushes from the paint category, which provides a great variety of options for textured and expressive strokes. Instead of beginning with a traditional line sketch, I decided to use a technique called colorblocking with a flat bristle brush. I started laying down large, bold patches of color to define the overall shapes. You might be familiar with the idea that real world doesn't have lines, only shapes. Lines are something artists have invented to simplify and define the visual world. When I think about it in that way, I find this approach liberating and more connected to how we see things in real life. Painting with bold shapes and patches of color feels dynamic and immediate. And this method is not only faster but also very effective in capturing the essence of scene. At this early stage of this painting, I am not adding any fine details. Instead, I am focusing on the forms, using strong confident strokes to set the composition. This method allows me to establish the layout and relationships between different elements. And it's fascinating to see the city emerge from what initially looks like abstract shapes. One of the trickiest part was simplifying the forms of these scooters. They are quite detailed in real life, but since this is a painting, not a photograph, I focused on simplifying their shapes. The goal was to keep them recognizable, but not overly defined, so they fit harmoniously in the scene. Of course, there were challenges in painting this urban environment. The perspective had to be carefully considered to make the buildings look realistic and the streets believable. Then there were the textures of the old structures, the interplay of shadow and light, and the overall complexity of an urban setting. But honestly, these challenges made the painting more enjoyable and pushed me to think creatively. Once the foundational shapes were set, I started to add details slowly and thoughtfully. The scene has this beautiful morning light that I wanted to emphasize. The interplay of light and shadow adds so much character to the cityscape, making the buildings and street feel alive. Capturing this light is crucial because it gives the painting a sense of time and atmosphere. As I continued, I made sure to work across the entire canvas, adding details evenly rather than concentrating on just one area. This technique keeps the painting balanced and cohesive. One area shouldn't feel overly detailed while another looks unfinished. My focal point in this scene is the bright yellow building glowing in the morning light. This structure draws the viewer's eye and anchors the composition. The warm glow adds a sense of warmth and nostalgia to the entire scene. Road in this cityscape was another element that fascinated me. It's not just a flat surface, but has many colors and textures. It's a cement road with patches of red soil, and the morning light gives a pattern of highlights and shadows. Capturing these details added a layer of realism and interest to the scene. One of my favorite parts to paint was the electricity pole in this painting. It's an interesting element with all those tangled cables and vines that grown around it. With the houses, I followed a principle that works well for painting like this. Start with the broad, bold work and gradually add details. You don't need to paint every little window or brick. Instead, suggest the details. Our goal as an artist is to capture the feeling of the scene, not to reproduce it with a photographic precision. That's why I kept telling myself less is more. By the end of the painting, I feel that I tried to capture the energy and atmosphere of this old city's road. It's not just about painting buildings and street. It's about bringing out the character of the place with its beautiful imperfections and unique charm. This process of starting with a bold color blocking, slowly refining shapes and adding only necessary details keeps the painting lively and engaging. A testament to the saying that sometimes less really is more. So there you have it. Our painting is finished. I hope you guys enjoyed this painting process. Please give me your thoughts in the comments and like, share and subscribe my channel. Thanks.